All right, welcome back everyone to Three Trials Barbecue. Today what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be meal prepping some of this shrimp I got from Costco and this chicken breast to make some lunch. We're gonna be using Me Church Holy Voodoo, and we're gonna start off with making some medallions out of this breast so it can more evenly cook, and then we're gonna skewer up the shrimp. All right, so we're gonna start off by making some medallions, and what that usually consists of is just kind of cutting the breast down to get it more of an even cut, kind of like that. We'll do this with this breast, and then we'll do the other ones. That lets it cook a little bit more evenly. So we'll do that. Okay, now that we have them cut up into medallions, we're just gonna take a little bit of olive oil. We're just gonna drizzle it on here. We're just gonna use this as a binder. We'll rub it down. Probably didn't even need it. And once we have that, we're gonna come through with our Holy Voodoo. We're gonna season it. This has a little jalapeno kick to it at the back. It's really savory though. I liked it, I enjoyed it. I said, you know what, let's try to get it again. So we'll let this adhere for about 5 minutes. We'll flip them over and we'll do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and season this side now. Give it a little shake. Make sure we get even seasoning on everything. I like the flavor of this, so I'm gonna pour it on there quite a bit, just to at least get even coverage. We will let it kind of sit for another 5 minutes and let it just chill while we do the, we set up the Treager outside. We're gonna be running off a lumberjack pellets, the competition blend. I liked how the flavor of the smoke really came out on that turkey, so we're gonna do that while we wait. And you know, one thing I like about these Me Church rubs is that they have the low sugar. It has a little bit of sodium, but you know, that's expected. You know, some of this stuff has salt, so we're gonna let this chill. We're gonna go outside, set up the Treager. I wanna smoke these for a minimum 30 minutes at about 170. Get a nice little coat of smoke. We'll season the shrimp, skewer it up. Let's go outside. All right guys, so I got the temperature at 170, going with super smoke. It's looking good so far. We're gonna let this warm up while we go inside, and we're going to skewer up that shrimp and seasoning it up, and then we'll come back once this has worked itself in for about 10 minutes. We'll put the chicken in there and have that start getting some smoke. Okay, so we warmed up for about 10 minutes already. Should be nice and hot. We're gonna go ahead and put this chicken on here. What I want to do is I just want it to get a little bit of smoke. You See that nice smoke that these pellets give us. I'm liking that already about these lumberjack pellets. And it smells good. It's got a little bit of that cherry in there. So we let that go. We're going to give it about 30 minutes of smoke. And meanwhile, we'll go set up that shrimp. Okay, so while we got that chicken smoking, we have 30 minutes to do this. So we're just gonna make some skewers. And it's very simple. We're just gonna push these through. And then once they're in the skewers, then we'll go ahead and season them. So I'm gonna make a couple skewers real quick. Show you guys kind of how we're gonna do it. And then what we'll do is we're gonna keep the seasoning going, and we're gonna use some of that holy voodoo once again. And like I said, I got this shrimp from Costco. It seems pretty cool so far. I let these kind of just sit in the fridge and defrost for about a day, and they're pretty soft, so I shouldn't have no, you know, chewy shrimp. But we're gonna cook this shrimp for about 2 minutes per side. I'm gonna wait till the chicken is almost done to put the shrimp on, because it only needs 2 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and make a couple more skewers. We got all the shrimp skewered up. We're just gonna hit it up with a little bit of olive oil just to like pass. And then I'm just gonna rub it in, and we're going to hit it up with the Voodoo. And then we'll flip them around and do the same thing. And these should make for some fire shrimp. So only 2 minutes, that's all it's gonna need. Try to put a nice little char on them. And we'll see what this rub and shrimp really are about. Okay. We'll let it sit for about 2 minutes. We'll flip them over and we'll do the other side. So it's been 2 minutes. Let's go to light pass. We'll come back with the holy voodoo. Looks good. It's starting to smell good actually. So we're gonna let this sit. We have about 10 minutes left on the smoking for that chicken breast. Then we're gonna kick up that chicken breast up to 350 and let it cook. When we get to an internal temperature on that chicken breast, about 130, I'm gonna crank it up and I'm gonna put it about 450, and then we'll sear the chicken. Once that's on, we'll put these on for about 2 minutes on each side. So it's been 30 minutes. So now we're just gonna bump up the temperature. We're gonna bump it up to 350. We're gonna get off the super smoke. Let's open this up. See what it's looking like. So far, after 30 minutes of just smoking, it doesn't look too bad. You can see the rub is really sweated in. You can see the smoke it's producing. So I like these lumberjack pellets. Let's just take a read. We're at 102 degrees. 1:45. So we're gonna let it go for 15 more minutes at 350. All right, so we've been rolling for 45 minutes, total of 30 minutes at 170, 15 minutes at 350. It's producing the smoke that we like. Let's take a look at the temperature and see what we got. So we're about 132, 140. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna take them off and we're gonna turn this bad boy up to about 450 and we'll get it ready for a sear. Hopefully we can finish this cooked in about 1 hour. So let's crank up this temperature. 450. We'll give it about 5 minutes or so to get up to temperature. So when we do that, we're just gonna throw the chicken on and the shrimp. We'll bring it all out. All right, so we got this heated up. Only took about 3 minutes to get up to temperature. Let it go for an additional 5 minutes. We're gonna start with putting the chicken back on. Close this up. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Alright, y'all, so I'll check to see the temperature. Alright, 165. We're gonna go ahead and take it off, and then we'll see you guys inside. Alright, y'all, so this is basically it. Juicy white meat. It definitely has a kick to it. I'm loving it already. I'll only let it soak in for about 10 minutes. The shrimp has a little bit of spiciness to it. It definitely has a kick, so I'm loving it already. I'm gonna go ahead and meal prep this up, and we'll go ahead and wrap up what we did today. That concludes our trial of the Holy Voodoo chicken and shrimp. It was a pain in the butt to take the skewers apart and meal prep them, but it was well worth it. The shrimp is so delicious and the chicken is so juicy. I was able to sear the chicken and the shrimp. It almost finished at the same time. We had a total of an hour. Today what we did was we seasoned the chicken, let it sit on each side for about 5 minutes. We seasoned the shrimp. We smoked the chicken for 30 minutes at 170 with super smoke using the lumberjack competition pellets. We then kicked it up to 350 for 15 minutes, and then we finished it off at 450. It took about 15 minutes total, but 5 minutes of that was getting it up to temp so we can sear both the shrimp and the chicken. It wasn't about the last 15 minutes that I put on the shrimp and I seared them on each side until they got nice and pink and they were cooked. So total of 1 hour, guys. So highly recommend Meat Church Holy Voodoo. It definitely has a kick. It lingers. If you like spicy, that's it. It's got a little savory taste to it. A little bit of Cajun in there. For sure, it's got the kick. I love it. I may just have to do some ribs with it next. I really contemplated doing the turkey with it, but I wasn't sure how my girl was gonna handle the heat. So highly recommend it. Thank you guys for joining. Easy cook, easy meal prep. And if you haven't hit them likes, please do. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.